Good afternoon and welcome to Zouk Michal in Lebanon. We're at the Nuhad Nafal Sports Complex, the venue for the 2017 Asia Cup, and now it's the venue for a double-header of World Cup qualifiers. First up is Syria versus New Zealand, and then Lebanon and China will take the floor here in Lebanon a little bit later. These are the games from Group E. Pick out what you will, who you're interested in, but it's the second round of qualification. The road to China is getting shorter and shorter for the teams that are feeling that they have a chance, and the team we're looking at now, New Zealand, the Tall Blacks, definitely have a big chance of making it all the way to China. They're currently 5-1, having taken that record from the first round of qualification, and they're only behind Jordan and Lebanon on points difference. So a win today, being the first team up, they will go to 6-1 and will be leading the group. New Zealand have just been introduced because of the journey, and this is the group. They've been in Qatar preparing. There's Jordan and Lebanon on top, New Zealand in third, and Syria, which is an amazing story, amazing journey for this team to get this far. As we see Justin Dawkins, the naturalised player, he's played in two of the games in February, but he brings some size, defend multi-positions, play offensively multi-positions, and there is the giant of Syria, as described by the Philippine press before they played in the Asian Games earlier this summer, only a couple of weeks ago, when they played the Filipinos, who won comfortably, but they did have Jordan Clarkson at their disposal, who scored 29 points. But Syria is an amazing story, and their Secretary General, Dr. Afal, is so happy that they are here. And let's pause for the national anthems. First it is New Zealand.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Syria.
Wonderfully sung and respected national anthems of New Zealand, God Defends New Zealand, and for Syria, such a poignant moment, having to play their games in Lebanon because of the security problems in Syria. Their national anthem, Humat Ad Diyar. So we are just moments away from tip-off. It's the second round of qualification, it's the fourth window of games. These teams have 6 more games to decide on their fate on the road to China. There is just 351 days to go, and we will pause again and listen to the haka of the New Zealand Tall Blacks. Quite extraordinary scenes here in Lebanon as the Tall Blacks performing the haka, and Syria standing strong as they have to on their journey along the Basketball World Cup. They've competed in FIBA Asia Cup, where they narrowly lost to China, who are playing next. And New Zealand in that same competition came fourth, losing to Korea in the bronze medal game. And here are our three referees, always the best referees. It's Fadi Sabah, Ferdinand Pasquale and Sadej Gambarat Damanaba. The referees from the Philippines, Iran and Kazakhstan. And here's the New Zealand roster, filled with stars: Ty Webster, Ruben Tarangi, Finn Delaney, Shea Illy, MVP of his domestic basketball league. There is many players to look at. Mika Fakona has come in as captain. And you've got Isaac Fotu at 42. Look out for him to be a real big threat inside. He's been playing in Germany. And there's the starting five: Ty Webster, Ruben Tarangi, Rob Lowe, Isaac Fotu and Shea Illy. A really strong starting five. Rob Lowe, born in Leicester in England, but has played his basketball and is representing in New Zealand and for New Zealand. And here is Syria. It's a much changed roster. They've been really bringing in new players, young players that played in the Asian Games. Keep an eye out for Justin Hawkins and keep a big eye on the big man, 7'2", Abdulwahab Al-Hamwi. And here are the starting five: Al-Hamwi, Al-Haddad, Omar Ali, Justin Hawkins and Tarak Ajabi. Tarak Ajabi was huge for Syria in the Asian Games, with some massive scoring. Averaged 23.3 points a game in that tournament only a couple of weeks ago in Jakarta in Indonesia. Had a massive game, 33 points versus Chinese Taipei. And he's averaging 8.8 points a game in these World Cup qualifiers. It's a real step up in quality now for Syria as we look at Paul Henare. And he is well respected.
Put Shea over here, Rubes,
former coach in Europe, and has been the New Zealand head coach since 2015. And there's Veselin Matic. Again, he's won gold for Yugoslavia as assistant coach in the World Cup and Eurobasket back in 02 and 01. And has coached Iran to gold in the Asia Cup in 2009 and bronze in the Asian Games in 2010. He's also coached Lebanon and now is trying to help Syria. And as Dr. Daniel Al-Kafal of the Syrian Basketball Federation, the Secretary General, told FIBA.com, the short-term plans was to bring in a top coach. Well, they've certainly got that with Veselin Matic. To naturalise a top player, well, let's see how Hawkins gets on today. Dawkins, excuse me. And for them to progress to the second round of qualification in the World Cup, and that's exactly where they are. But this is a big ask for Syria. They're up against New Zealand, who are 5-1. They are FIBA ranked 38 and 6 in the Asia zone. Syria are FIBA ranked 87 and 16 in the Asia zone, but they have done well recently, as I say, in the Asian Games and in the FIBA Asia Cup. They put on a good showing. And we are underway. And Fotu, Ty Webster trying to get to the basket, and it's the giant, the big number 12, just swatting it away. And he's going to have a huge influence on this game, he hopes. So does his coach. Webster is just out, but a good rebound inside by Rob Lowe. Shots up, but this time Al Hawanwi gets the rebound. But New Zealand get it back. Three-pointer from the corner. It's just long. And Hawkins fighting for the rebound. So we're at the New Hadna foul. It's full court pressure from New Zealand. They've already had one steal off it. That's Tarangi. And now Webster putting pressure on the ball. And a fade away off the glass, no good. And the float is now good for Shea Ili. Straight down the other end. Syria with William Al-Haddad picking up a foul. He go to the line for 2 shots. And Shea Ili picking up that foul. It's his first. Haddad. Only 25% from the free throw line. But he's made 1 of 2 there. So Syria on the ball. At the no foul venue, and the 3-pointers just short. And again, Al Hawanwi with a big rebound, 7'2". He also likes to shoot the 3, so we'll watch out for that. Ajabi, the big scorer from the Asian Games, and averaging a healthy over 8 points, and that's way out beyond the 3-point line, and it's gone out as Fotu and Al-Haddad chased the ball down. So Syria staying in touch early. New Zealand getting a lot of shots off. New Zealand with a win will go top of this group. Shots up for 3 is long. And rebound by Tarek Ajabi. And it's another turnover. 2-on-1 break. And it's now Hawanwi knocks it away, but it had hit the backboard first. Tarangi there to Shea Ili. Hawanwi's just got such wingspan and length. He can block a lot of shots. Had a massive game of block shots. As we're back in, and Kalau Corey is in 0-0. Shots up from the corner for 3 is good. Omar Sheikh Ali with that 3-pointer. But New Zealand respond with Fotu. Pressure's back on. The big man's going to bring it down the floor. He gets it over the line. He can pass over the top because he's 7'2". And Syria score. Real nice job by Ajabi. And if you're a big man and you can pass, that's a massive advantage. Ajabi just with his presence causing Webster to miss there. If Al Hawanwi can stay in the game, not get into foul trouble, Syria have a chance of keeping this close. Corey. Soft move for him there. But they get the steal back. Matic really into this. He knows it's a massive game for Syria. they can cause a really big upset. And that was the layup after the pass from Al Hamwi. Corey. Shots up, and it misses everything as the 24-second shot clock was running down. Fotu again, same spot. Not quite the same result, but good hustle by Rob Lowe. Keeping it alive. So it's New Zealand ball on the end line. Tarangi. Shayeli goes baseline. Kicks it back out low. They're caught in this corner. But that's a foul on the jump shot, and Coach Matic frustrated. So Illy, 58.6% free throw during these World Cup qualifiers, and that's in and out. %71% for his team back in the New Zealand league for the New Zealand Breakers. Regular season MVP, and they won the regular season, and he's missed all three. That is tough, but they get the offensive rebound. Syria have got to work so hard, but again, Al Hamwi, he doesn't have to touch the ball, he makes such a difference, and it's a foul. He just changes shots by his mere presence. Ruben Tarangi with an obvious foul there as Al Jabi will go back to the line. It's a 52.6%, 62.5% free throw shooter. He's 52.6% from 2-point range up until this game. And free throws are crucial. Even more so now as the microscope with the World Cup qualifiers second qualification round is on Lebanon. And again, turnover. Here comes Syria. They just can't make the layup. And the three's good. Ty Webster. His older brother Corey is not here. He's resting after a season in China, but Ty is right here and ready to go for the Tall Blacks. Al Jabi keeps his dribble alive. Inside Al Hamwi. Oh, Al Hamwi gets his own rebound, tries to get the pass to Ajabi. Shot clock resets 10 seconds. Ajabi long on the jump shot. And here comes Shea Illy. Is good for two. Just pulls up for that mid-range shot. He's up to 6 points. And they throw the ball long. And it's knocked loose. Good hustle back. That's Al Jabi just looking to go long, leaking out. Substitutions. Tarangi, Fotu, Illy coming out. And the captain for these qualifiers, or this window, Mika Vukona, comes in. Good screen action. They just can't get it to fall with that floater. Now Hamwi just trailing back, trying to get in. If he's not in the middle there, and there's a player wide open underneath for New Zealand, that was for Kona, because Al Hamwi was trailing. Three's up. Three's good for Webster. He's averaging 10 points per game in these World Cup qualifiers. And New Zealand up by 8. Danger signs for Syria, as you can see what Curry was trying to do. Al Hamwi just got caught up with the defence. So after the Syrian turnover, Webster nearly losing the ball. Good defence by Syria, really good drop. And Omar Adelbi, one of the young players at 19, straight in the game and making a positive impact. He was in the Asian Games squad within the last few weeks. Didn't play a lot of minutes, but maybe this is his time. More full court pressure with Webster. And Dion Prewster now in the line up. And just keeping this full court pressure on. They can go very deep, the All Blacks. Taller than Syria can. Ajabi, under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Al Hamwi still in the game, sets the screen, shots up, it's off, but Al Hamwi with a massive rebound. Just brings it down a fraction, and all Webster can do is foul. He is a huge man. Abdul Wahab Al Hamwi, he's averaging 24 minutes a game, 8.7 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game. He's only 52.4% from the free throw line, so maybe it's a good play if you're not in foul trouble yourself to foul him. Let's see how he goes. Good job. Al Hamwi there. He's averaging 3 blocks a game, and you can see why. And even if he doesn't physically block the shot as he makes both his free throws, great start for the big man. He's changing shots, making the guys having to shoot floaters or just miss the shots. But now they're coming in, and for Kona, with the nearby presence of Al Hamwi, maybe saw him out the corner of his eye and didn't catch the ball cleanly. They almost turn it over. Hawkins, Susie Dawkins. That's a foul on Syria's number 3, naturalised American, Justin Hawkins. So he's at the line now for 2 shots. And in his 2 games so far, 65.2% for the free throw line. Been averaging 37 minutes per game. Interesting to see how his minutes match up today. 23 points per game in the 2 games he played in the February window. That free throw's long. Great rebound by Delby. Just coming in and giving this team some fresh legs and energy. Just approaching 2 minutes remaining in the first. Hawkins going left, so much attention on him. And the shot clock run out. The turnovers just starting to pile up. Inside for Kona, back outside is good for 3. Jordan Nagatai. And the ball's nearly stolen. Adelbi under all sorts of pressure, on his knees, makes the pass. They get it over the timeline. Ajabi. The All Blacks can just keep this pressure on. Fouls permitting for 40 minutes. Shots up for 3 is just out from Hawkins. in the corner. Delby. And a turnover and a steal. Hawkins passes ahead. Jump stop. Big time block. Not in my house. Gerard Kenny slows down Ajabi, and across comes Ngatai, and he knocks it out. That's good defense by both the players. Just slowing down the Syrians, and Alhamwi shots up from the corner is good! Number 9, Tarek Al-Jabi. Still hot from the Asian Games in Jakarta. Shots long, but they can't secure the rebound. Syria. And Jordan Ngatai is doing a great job for New Zealand, just coming off the bench. Energy, good team chemistry, and Syria shooting 20%. Yes, turnover. It's going to be tough. Justin Hawkins. They're only 8 down, less than 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Brewster comes out. All the players in the New Zealand team except Webster and Fotu playing in New Zealand or the Australian NBL. Fotu playing in Ratafarmel, and Webster will be playing with Galatasaray this coming season, having played for the Skyliners, and here he is. Skyliners in Germany. There's only 1 second remaining. There's 1 second differential between the game and shot clock, and that is the 24-second shot clock expired for New Zealand. Syria will have 1.7 seconds to try and get up some sort of shot. Alhamwi and Hawkins, shots up from half court, misses everything. And at the end of the first quarter, it's 20 to New Zealand, 12 to Syria.
And then 4, if you receive, Habo will come back to the J, and Habo screen for him that can coming around. And we are staying in a feast. In a feast, share the ball. Don't need to keep, Jay, don't need to keep the ball dribbling. Give a pass, move.
We're rotating the defense.
Yes, good advice from coach.
Because we're trying to get too tricky, we're just, instead of just taking the simple options. Remember, it doesn't matter what's in front of us. If it's a good shot for us, it's a great shot for the team. Right? So don't try and take advantage of the opportunities. Otherwise, we're just giving them the ball free, taking our foot off the brake.
Just a promotion there for the World Cup to China and the Not In My House social media hashtag. Please do follow that and download the World Cup qualifying app. It's fantastic information on there. Keeps you fully up to date with what's going on in the Asian qualifiers, African, Europe and the Americas. We've got it all covered. 60 games over the weekend. 60 teams remaining in this competition. 7 teams will qualify from the Asian continent. There's 2 groups of 6 remaining, so the top 3 in each of the 2 groups, plus the best 4th place finish, will go to China. All starts 31st of August next year. We're all looking forward to those finals, but we are looking forward to bringing you this window of qualification. This is the 2nd game in the Asian qualification today. Iran and Philippines played earlier. And now it's the turn of Syria and New Zealand. It's 20 to 12, the Tall Blacks leading in Lebanon. First of a double-header, China versus Lebanon coming up later on this evening. Great pass from the big man. He's so skilled, and at 7'2", can look right over the top of you. But he can look over the top of most of these Tall Blacks. Webster just pulls down. He can get whatever shot he wants. He's just 23 years old. New Zealand also missing Tom Abercrombie. He pulled a hamstring in training. But they've just got such a wealth of talent. Got a great coach. They've had to travel a long distance to get here via Qatar, where they had a training camp, and play games against Qatar. And straight through the middle, and coach Hanair will not be happy with that. And Ajabi again with a simple layup. Kick out, shots up for the Tall Blacks, just short by Toe Smith-Milner, and they get the offensive rebound, and it's Neg. It's Ngatai again. A lot of pressure. Jabi, Teradribi, outside to Hawkins. His shot's just not going up, but a lot of it's off the dribble. And you heard coach say it after the quarter, just make a pass, don't over dribble. Ball's loose again. They get it straight back. Good job by Milner. Toby Smith-Milner. He's only 22 years old, a young Tall Black. But they're trying to get maybe too far into the Syrian defence. If they get too far, they're going to be stopped and distracted by that man in your picture, number 12, Al Hamwi. But Syria again diving on the floor. Omar Sheikh Ali getting the steal, but then New Zealand steal it back, shots up. And again, the Tall Blacks force another possession for themselves, as Al Hamwi just couldn't get the rebound. So much responsibility for him, being their biggest player by far. And again, he comes over to block the shot, which is missed, but then that allows the Tall Blacks to get the offensive rebound in the person of Vicona. Hawkins, they just want to get the ball over the half in 8 seconds. Al Jabi, Hawkins, they're just coming to double him every time. And here comes the first three of the night for Al Hamwi, and he knocks it down. That's a great sight. 7'2", knocking down the three, but the Tall Blacks straight back at you. With Jared Kenny knocking down the three, and almost a steal. Syria have got problems. They're really putting pressure in the front court, the New Zealanders. 43% the Syrians from three. And the Tall Blacks again diving on the loose ball. The turnover starting to mount up for the Syrians. And the jump hook is good by by Jordan Ngatai. He's up to 9 points. He's 3 of 3 from 2-point range. Nice pass, Hawkins. He can be a facilitator. And Al Hamwi off the missed shot gets the offensive rebound. Hawkins has just got to think, I'll be the facilitator. Don't keep trying to make the shot. Talking of shooting, here goes Ty Webster. He is red hot. Just got his feet set, and he just looked so confident with that shot. Oh, Hamwi, is he going to bring the ball up? Such a multi-skilled player. They pass over the top of Hawkins. He can be some sort of diversion, maybe. Let other players who aren't being double-teamed try and get the scores or get the openings. And that was Omar Sheikh Ali, who's going to go to the line. Smith-Milner out, Low in. Smith-Milner part of the Melbourne United, who won their domestic championship this year. Averaged 2.6 points a game for them. But back to the business end of this game and the free throw line for Syria. And again, the shot's up for three, and it's Shea Illy. And Coach Chenair's going to be so happy, and Illy's up to 9 points. So well balanced, this New Zealand scoring. They just wear you down. And at the moment, New Zealand are leading by 13. Under 10 seconds remaining. Sheikh Ali, he's lost the ball. But Hawkins, that's nearly good back cut. Hawkins just couldn't get the pass high enough. And there's 1 second remaining on the shot clock, and there with a timeout coming up. And let's listen into the coaches.
Balance of like pressure without giving up, especially once we get into the half court. Right, like up the floor, you have pressure, put them on the back foot. But once we get here, how many times can we go backcuts, right? By ball watching. Yes, I know we're loaded up on nails and everything, but we should be, that low man, whoever's there, should be talking. All right, maybe that's a switch on an exchange or a back cut, but you've got to talk, you've got to communicate. All right, Robbie, center of the 2-3 righty.
You are this one in a press break who will speed up. You are this one who will running up. Abu is this one, Jay is this one in a press break. And then play motion, don't keep the ball. Play motion and then post him up sometime from a motion. I ready.
Again, Coach Matic saying don't keep the ball, don't let the ball stick. Keep moving off the ball. Hawkins nearly was able to get that pass over the top for the open cutter there. But at the moment, New Zealand 50% from three-point range, 18 rebounds as a group. They're number one in scoring and assists. And the shot goes up for Syria. The shot clock was running out, but Webster goes off his leg. They're number one in assists as well. They share the ball so well. And when their three-point shot is on, it is a difficult cover for any team. What can Syria get here? Hawkins, again, he's having to dribble. He's looking, makes a pass, but gave it to Ajabi, who was standing still. Now Ajabi's trying to dribble. Shot clock, he's got to put it up. Just beat the shot clock, and here comes New Zealand, 2-on-1. And alley-oop is just not able to finish. And Adribi gets the rebound. Ajabi. Al-Jabi, number 9 for Syria. Al-Hamwi sets the high screen. Omar Sheikh Ali kicks it out. Hawkins guarded closely, pulls up for a tough two. So difficult. And Hawkins just could have stepped forward, just didn't get to that offensive rebound. Shot off the glass, no good, but they get the offensive rebound. Rob Lowe. Again, Rob Lowe kicks it out. Extra pass, fake, drives the baseline. Such ball movement. And on the other side, Rob Lowe gets a three-pointer. And Al-Hamwi, right in the middle of it all, picks up or forces a foul from the New Zealand offensive rebounder. Let's see who that is, potentially Tarangi. Yeah, with his reaction, he's not happy with it. So again, full court press right from the inbound. by the Tall Blacks. Oh, it's actually Fotu's first foul. Get it over the line, but that's exactly where New Zealand want it, towards the sideline and the halfway line. And here comes Al Hamwi. Oh, he could have finished. Big man, one more step and you'd have had a dunk. But he's an unselfish player as well. I think we all wanted it to take off there and flush it. Well, all the neutrals and the Syrians. So New Zealand dodge a bullet there. 35-22, they lead. Fotu, he's outside, he's a big man, but he can shoot the three. And now Hamwi just can't get out at 7-2, because if he comes out too hard on the closeout, Fotu will take it all the way to the hoop. Now Hamwi playing a lot of minutes for his country. Ball's loose, Fotu gets it, Syria get it back, and it's 3-on-2. They may well bring it out, they've lost the momentum. Good defense, Hawkins, and now Syria up the other way is missed. But Omar Sheikh Ali gets the tip. Let's see this again. Tariq Ajabi leaking out. Dion Prewster. I think they've called the foul on Prewster. I'm sure the Syrians may have liked the advantage rule there. But that is a foul, clear foul. Free throws are going to be massive for Syria. Five of 11. That's Brewster's first foul. Ticking down to 3 minutes remaining in the half. Hope you're enjoying FIBA World Cup qualifying action. That's good play by the Syrians, just keeping it alive, supporting each other with the second rebound. Hawkins hasn't been able to get going because New Zealand are not giving him any sort of open look. Hawkins again, 4 seconds, and now they've got to take a shot way out. And Al Hamwi's the only rebounder in there. It's ahead to Tarangi. Good spacing, Rob Lowe for three is good. Nothing but string. Rob Lowe, the boy from Leicester in England, playing for and in New Zealand. And it's a timeout, and that's a big moment for New Zealand. Such good ball movement, always seeing, as Coach Inez said, if it's a good shot for you, it's a great shot for the team, and that's Rob Lowe, exemplary in that department right there. Let's listen to coaches. Coach Matic first. Great job by the sound guys as always.
One time to do 4. Hani will make this big hubble, coming all the way, if you have a time. If you not have a time, keep...
They're making us take outside shots, and you have to be prepared to continue to take them, as long as it's out of how we want to take them. Like, I don't know what they're playing with, just pass to and shoot it. And we get a Jags and get them on a pop or something like that, you know what I mean? That's a fast break, then yeah, cool. Stand up. Stay disciplined with our defense. Every single offense we push fast break, yeah?
Hughes, 1, 2, 3, Hughes.
Good timeouts by the coaches there, and Coach Inair, last thing he said, it's fast break every time. They want to wear this Syrian team down, get 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, just break the hearts of the Syrians, who are hanging tough. And whenever they can leak out, mainly in the with Tariq Ajabi leading the break, they do. So the pressure continues. Adribi, 18 down now, and I think miscommunication there. Ajabi stepped up. His teammate thought he was going to go back cut because the defense was really high, but he kept coming high and the ball went for the back cut. And that's what's going to happen as they get worn down. Concentration levels may start to dwindle. They just got to hang on now to half time and then regroup. Al Hamwi in the middle. Here he comes across, but the nice pass inside avoids him. And Dion Prewster attacking the basket unimpeded. And Adribi. Hawkins, and there's a foul. Brewster. They've been good sportsmanship there between 31 and 3. They want to keep the press breaker on. Syria, but they've got to try and just pass it that bit quicker before the defense can get all over them. Omar Sheikh Ali takes a break. Hawkins again, 18 minutes he's been on the court. And Ajabi and Al Hamwi, they're playing. They're going to have to play all the way. Unless the score gets out of hand, and which obviously we hope doesn't, that they can hang around Syria with New Zealand, give us as much entertainment as possible as the three's up. Good job by Al Hamwi. If he can't get the rebound, he's going to tip it, and his teammates have got to be ready. Just ticking down to a minute remaining in the first, and Hawkins again under extreme pressure, trying to get an opening. But if he can't get an opening, find one for his teammates. Shots up. Rebound attempt by Adribi. And again, New Zealand looking to pass ahead. If not, they just space the floor. Fotu. They're all comfortable inside or outside, this New Zealand team. Shea shoots, and it's off the glass. Shea continuing his good play from his domestic season, and now doing it for the Tall Blacks. It's again off the dribble. They're trying to penetrate Hawkins. The ball is sticking. They just aren't moving the ball as coach would like, but this is better. He just got physical there. Hawkins pushed his defender off, and he's up to 3 points. Tarangi trying to defend him. He wasn't in position to take a charge. Maybe if he'd gone down, might have given the referee something to think about. Shots up, it's short, and Hawkins. And the shot's up as the quarter comes to an end, and it's just short with the long heave by Syria. And the half-time is here between Syria and New Zealand. New Zealand, as expected, are doing a professional job. And they lead 45-26 at the half. Professional performance by New Zealand, and Syria showing a lot of spirit and doing their best to contain the Tall Blacks. And these are the stats from the first half: 26% for 2-point and 30% for 3 from Syria is causing them major issues. 27 rebounds for New Zealand. Syria were the #1 rebounding team in the first round of qualifying in Asia, but New Zealand doing a great job there. 17 turnovers for Syria. That is a massive amount of turnovers. Some calls by the full court press, some calls by miscommunication once they get into the half of the New Zealand team. But it's been a good first half here. The second game of this window of qualification in Asia and around the world. And we'll leave you with the highlights now. Don't go anywhere. It's New Zealand, Syria, back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Lebanon, to the Nuad Nufal Leisure Complex. It's second round World Cup qualification action between Syria and New Zealand. Syria starting this game in 6th and bottom of the group, and New Zealand prior to this game are 3rd on 5-1, the same record as the teams above them, Lebanon and Jordan. But with a win today, they will go to the top of the group, and at the moment they are in the driving seat. They're in control of this one. Let's listen to coaching now.
Everyone good? Okay, playing to our standards, fellas. Discipline. I want this group to give me everything you have for as long as you have. Right? Here we go. Here we go, boys. Come on, homie.
Just talking about discipline.
And then this side. That is the one. Second one, fist point. Fist point back to the point guard. Look at it. And after that, one again for a hubble.
So New Zealand just talking about sharing the ball. They got 9 assists at the half. Syria with 6. New Zealand were averaging 23.3 assists a game. But they're making some big shots from outside. 9 of 18 from 3-point range. That is massive. But they've made no free throws. 0 from 3. And Syria 7 of 14 from the free throw line. So we're back underway. 45 New Zealand, 26 Syria. And shots up from Webster again for 3. He does not hesitate. 14 points. Just steps into the shot, whether it's the 1-2 step or the 2-footed jump stop, and they got real problems getting it in. But Al Hamwi plays like an old-fashioned big man, just comes to the ball and then hands it back for the guard to bring it up. William Haddad inside to Al Hamwi. He needs a massive second half to keep Syria in touch. He goes inside, just can't get it to finish. And Webster brings it away. Inside, Fotu just spins, and a foul, and it's just missed. Good recognition from Webster though, seeing Fotu there one-on-one. And Fotu will go to the line. As we see the action there, he got his feet a little bit split there, Fotu, but the defence had already committed to jump and he was able to get to the foul line as he makes his and New Zealand's first free throw. .6% for the free throw line for the World Cup qualifiers, and he makes 2, so he's 100% in this game, and the pressure just keeps coming from the Tall Blacks. And Hawkins having to find a way, apologies, having to find a way to get through it. And they do this time. Ajabi. Hawkins, better ball movement, but again, it's off the dribble. But nice move. And Syria score. And Tarangi with the foul. His hands were down. Nice move by Omar Sheikh Ali. Just purposeful attack. And that was just by moving the ball from one side to the other and then attacking quickly off the dribble while the defence is still rotating. If they move the ball quick enough, then they can attack off the dribble with purpose. And again, New Zealand finishing the break, and a big-time slam dunk by Isaac Fotu, one-handed. Just heads-up play, and as Sheikh Ali come over, it was too late. Al-Hamwi was not in the picture, and the result is a highlight reel for Isaac Fotu. There you go, inside, but Al-Hamwi trying to catch it with one hand, and New Zealand straight away running inside, but a shovel pass was no good by Fotu on this occasion. So Hawkins, let's see if he can play off the ball, be a distraction, be a diversion, set some screens, and then get open, make quick passes like that. Al-Hamwi turns, left hand finish, just can't get it to go. Rebound is a great job by the much smaller William Al-Haddad. Well done by Syria there, and he's up to 3 points. This is 100% from 2, nice pass. And Isaac Fotu thought, I'm just going to float this as soon as I catch it before Al-Hamwi can swat it away, and that's exactly what he did. 12 points for Fotu, really good sharing of the points, sharing of the assists. But that's no surprise, as Hawkins long on his mid-range, he just can't get going offensively. Shayili brings it up, looking ahead. Rob Lowe wide open for 3 is off. The offensive rebound by Ruben Tarangi. Ty Webster, and the floater by Fotu. He can go upstairs, or he can just let it go early before the big man comes over, and then Al-Hamwi wasn't able to get his hands up. Good strong move, and one. And Ty Webster with the foul. Again, good strong movement, fake the pass to Al-Jabi, and gets the score. That's William Al-Haddad, good job. And he finishes. And he's at the free throw line. And that was too flat, a whistle. Lane violation. And now New Zealand can put the ball in. Up to 14 assists now. It's no surprise, as their coach Paul Lanier was multiple assist leader in the domestic leagues in New Zealand and Australia. So he encourages the guys to share the ball, always have their heads up, like that pass from Syria to Hawkins, but the ball's stopped, they just got to keep moving. Al-Hamwi looking for the handoff. Backs down onto Rob Lowe, that'll be an interesting matchup. Shots up for three. It's air ball, unfortunately. Away comes Shayeli. Webster in the corner. It's good for three. These New Zealand players, they play like a club team because so many of them are playing on the same team this season or have done last season or in recent seasons. So they're so well connected. Always heads up, willing to share the ball. William Al-Haddad again, going strong, and that releases Hawkins to come in on the blind side. Again, Hawkins playing away from the ball, but in a flash, New Zealand are back up the other way for three. Shea, Illy. And the other end, again, Al-Jabi just leaks off and gets the two. He loves the one-man fast break, but that's a great outlet. Lets it bounce, and Ty Webster lucky not to have got another foul. And Fotu going inside. But Al-Hamwi just changes so many shots through the legs. Great play by Syria. And 21, Omar Sheikh Ali's the recipient. Watch this play. Tariq Al-Jabi's not only a big-time scorer, that time it's a big-time assist. And Syria, who would begrudge them the shooter's role on that one? Between the legs, Webster caught in two minds in two places. And he does pick up the foul on this occasion. Another one for the highlight reel. It may not have been a big-time slam dunk to finish, but it's good concentration by Omar Sheikh Ali, and he's at the line for the bonus shot, which he misses. And their free throw percentage is starting to, well, both teams aren't doing too well. And Fotu just going for that floater. He's fouled by Haddad. And Coach Matic frustrated, but they've got to get the balance, Syria. They're playing against one of the best teams in the Asian Conference. Some players who flirted with the NBA, been in summer camps. They're playing in major leagues in Europe and back in Australia and New Zealand. And Syria, most of their team are playing in the Syrian National League. But that's just not of the same level because of the problems in their country of some of these other leagues around the world. But that is being worked on, as I said in the opening piece pre-game. Penetration kick, Ajabi with a fake, going strong under extreme pressure. Offensive foul. He was going 1 against 2. That's good defense. New Zealand helping each other out there on defense. So you've got Illy and Brewster. There's no way through. And straight up. It's one of the reasons he would have been a regular season MVP for the Breakers, New Zealand Breakers, in the season that's just finished earlier this year, or not, back in the summer. Brewster inside to Fotu. He's now posting up, just getting himself closer to the bucket, backing down, spinning. And Sheikh Ali. Just doesn't want him to take another dribble and potentially get right to the hoop. And look at the giant, Al-Hamwi, just waiting. There is no 3-second defensive rule in FIBA competition, so you can help. You can be in help position that close to another defensive player's. And Coach Anair just seated, calm. They've got a long trip back after this game out of the Middle East, back to New Zealand, where they play Monday against Lebanon, which is going to be a great game. All here on livebasketball.tv. Don't forget, Download the app, 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And Hawkins trying to get to the basket. This time he does. A little bit more force there from Hawkins, and he gets the desired result for Syria. He's up to 7 points. And there's a whistle. And there's a blocking foul on Syria, on Kalau Corey. He's just 20 years old, 6'5". Another player they're trying to bring through, played in the Asian Games in Jakarta recently. They're just trying to find the next. Syria just trying to find the next as Ili knocks down the free throw. He's up to 18 points. Just so consistent for the Tall Blacks and for his clubs. And the full court pressure continues. Syria get it over the halfway line. William Haddad, hands off to Corey. Hawkins inside to the big man. He keeps it up and throws it down. And that's what Al-Hamwi can do. Catch, pivot, keep it up, slam dunk. The Tall Blacks will be trying to silence him now and go straight at him, which they do. But let's look at this play. And Hawkins again being the provider. And Al-Hamwi said, get out of the way, I'm coming through. And he slams it right through the hoop. Nothing the Tall Blacks could do. 3 players around him. Once he elevates, it's over. But good play from the Tall Blacks. Straight back down the other end. Al-Hamwi had got back underneath, but he wasn't in the best position defensively, and he gave away the foul. And Finn Delaney, the young player coming through. Just 23 years old, 6'7", 73.3% from the free throw line. And he's another New Zealand breaker. As Syria come down the floor with pace, they've got to move the ball inside, outside, get Hawkins free. But then once he gets it, if he hasn't got anything on, let's get it moving again. Al-Hamwi lurking. He was lurking for the little flip pass, but Hawkins chose to go on his own. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Shots up from the corner. Offensive rebound, and they're going to kick it back out. And this time Syria have got numbers. And on the floor is Ahmad Yazan Hariri. He's just come into the game. And I think he's fouled there. That's a good job. As Ili came over. And then Jordan Ngatai coming over the back. Al-Hamwi saying, get out of the way, I've got this. He turns. And again, such a mismatch. He calls his, for the Tall Blacks on that occasion, Mika Vakona. Only 6'4", trying to play 7'2", and that's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup for a big, because Al-Hamwi's got such good footwork. Got a nice free throw touch as he goes up to 10 points, 75% from the free throw line. 24 points the margin, just ticking down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And shots up for Brewster is good for 3, and when they're open, they are knocking down a major amount of 3-point shots. The 63.6% from 3-point range, which is just excuse me, they're 50% from three-point range, 63% from free throw. Decent average for both. Ball's loose, still loose, and Vakona gets it free, and he dissects the Syrian defence. And Jordan Ngatagi up to 11 points, and the recipient there of a nice pass on the break. Just sharing the ball, extra pass. Kenny didn't have full control of the ball, so he just drops it off to his teammate, and it's 2 points. And the assists continue to pile up for the Tall Blacks. 19 assists, 37 rebounds. Their average up till now, as we see, I think we've got an injury there for William Haddad. He's holding his ankle, and he may have just tweaked it, landed on someone's foot. We hope he's okay. Of course, this is the first of 2 games here tonight at the Nufad Noel Leisure Complex. 8,000 capacity. And fans will be coming in for the Lebanon team playing China later on. Now more pressure from the Tall Blacks, and they get it back. And an attempted slam by Jordan Ngatagi. Again, they're so active, and Syria just not stepping towards the ball, and he was going to go big time on that. But Omar Sheikh Ali said, not in my house, but he's fouled him. Don't forget, there's Ngatagi, who is 100% for the free throw line so far in these qualifiers. Makes the first and the second, and you can see why. Don't forget, download the mobile app for the World Cup qualifiers as 19-year-old. Omar Adelby comes in, and he's going to have to deal with this pressure, and that's good. Just catch and pass. Keep thinking clearly. Hawkins. And the rebound of this. They've got numbers again, New Zealand. But this overhead scoop pass, no good. Hawkins straight back. And nice finish by Ajabi. He's not the biggest player. He finishes well at the basket. Gerard Kenny went to Hawkins initially, but a good pass from Hawkins, really simple stuff. That's how they got to play as we're into the last minute, Syria. Just keep it simple, pass, move. Try and get the New Zealand team off balance, and Omar Adelby trying to dribble through his legs, and I think at the moment as a young player, just come in, catch it, square up and look at your options. Don't need to dribble. Good passing again, and Vakona right through the middle. There's no defence there. Al Hamwi not on the floor. And Vakona just finishes as easy as you like. And the foul there by Adelby. It's his second foul, compounding the turnover. Adelby going strong. And Adribi in, getting pushed, getting manhandled. And New Zealand just running the clock down, but they run out of time at the end of the third quarter.
Of the third quarter, the score is 45 Syria.
And New Zealand continue their domination. And they lead after 3, 76-45. Just looking at some of the stats. 50% from three-point range, 64% from free throw, so they've really improved that, New Zealand. Coach Shanair will be happy with that. Welcome back to the new Nuhad Nafal Sports Complex in Lebanon. We've got 3 quarters in the book as we see the highlights, and that's one of the best ones. Isaac Fotu just elevating and finishing with a dunk. And Syria have tried their hardest against the experienced New Zealand Tall Blacks, and a team with the Tall Blacks that go 12 deep. All 12 of these guys have played. I think just Rusbatch hasn't. But all can play. They all play the same system. So I say a lot of them playing on the same club team this coming season, or have done this last season, so they just fit seamlessly onto the court. But let's see if Syria can put up a good last 10 minutes in this quarter. 76-45 New Zealand lead, and Hawkins having to play so many minutes, and he knocks down a 2-point shot. But they knew this was going to be tough. They've still got another game on Monday in the group, and the shot's up from the corner, and again, and just talking about Ethan Rusbatch, he comes straight in the game and knocks down a 3. That's his first shot, and he's 100% from three-point range. And that ball is dangerously going towards the sideline, but Justin Hawkins picks it up. Now Hamwi back in the game. Now Jabi puts up the long 3. And a good hustle there by Adribi. And Paulinaire is calm and collected. New Zealand doing what they have to do. They want to get through this game, win comfortably, and no injuries. Now Hamwi puts the 2 up, rebounded by Smith-Milner. Again, pushing the ball ahead and looking inside under the basket. Finn Delaney now in the corner. They're all interchangeable, shots up, and now Hamwi wrestles the New Zealand Tall Black to the ground. Toei Smith-Milner. Maybe a slight frustration foul there. The 7-2 trying to reach down for the ball and then grabbing Smith-Milner as he came past. So Smith-Milner 100% from the free throw line so far in these qualifiers. And he makes 2, so he keeps the 100% record. The press continues. New Zealand will be wanting to send out a message to the other teams in the group that they're going to be playing. Penetrating kick, and the shot's up. And now Hamwi, right at as he does, points at the ref to say, hey, that's a foul. And they're trying to contain the big man when he's under the hoop. It's quite a job. And it takes more than one player. And that's the push there by Finn Delaney. Oh, nice pass inside. Little look away by Adribi. Excuse me, by Ojabi. But now they got to defend. Hawkins on the ball. Smith-Milner. Gerard Kenny. Rusbatch. Closeout comes, so they penetrate. Little jump hook is short. Good rebound by Finn Delaney. Shots up from the corner is short. And a rebound. And here's that long one-man break. And off the backboard. Good intent by Smith-Milner, but it already hit the backboard, so that's goaltending or basket interference. That's good play again by Al-Jabi, just leaking out. Well, Syrians always got their head up. And that's not going to get over Al-Hamwi, he just swats it away. That'll go down as a steal or deflection. Hawkins right underneath, and why not? First time he's really got that deep in the game. And he can finish at 6'8". 33-year-old, naturalised Syrian. Oh, nice pass, and a slam dunk by Finn Delaney. Super pass to set him up, and he throws it down right on top of Hani Adribi. Again there, Delaney playing up. Maybe the Syrian could have stepped up and then gone back cut. There was space in behind there. There's Gerard Kenny. Takes a break. So Syria, Najabi trying to get it into. Oh, he gets the steal, though. Great job. And he's getting help, and that's really good play. Spirited play by Syria. Jabi couldn't make the shot, and Ali finished it off for him. But straight away, right in the face of Justin Hawkins, New Zealand shooter three, and that was Rusbatch again. 2 threes with a point to prove. Captain of the recent New Zealand select tour to China, and on the back of that, Coach Inair's put him back in the team for these qualifiers. Al-Hamwi turns, baseline jump shot, side of the backboard. Here comes the All Blacks. They just keep running, fresh legs off the bench. Illy has a look at the three. Back again. Against a great pass inside for Delaney. And the Syrians are just hanging on at the moment. The All Blacks in complete control, but they mustn't let their heads go. They've got another game this window. And the three's just in and out from Hawkins, and that just about sums up his offensive day. Just hasn't been able to get going. Shots up, and that exemplifies how New Zealand have played. Jordan Ngatai just knocks down the three and breaks the hearts of the Syrian players. It's a real step up from round one. This is round two qualification. Let's listen into the timeouts.
Trying to do a shame, wait for him to turn a bit. Wait for the dude to turn and try to go for that.
Not pass. We are not pass.
You keep trying to drive it in.
We are not pass. We are not pass. Khalil. Khalil, 2 minutes, Jay. Give him a free. I ready? You ready?
Coach Mattis is just going to be looking in the eyes of the Syrian players, saying how much more can you give me as Hawkins sits down. I think his race will be run because it doesn't get any easier for the Syrians because they've got to travel Monday to Korea, to Goyang. And it's just so tough. If they can bypass Al Hamwi, as we see that Delaney slam, if they can bypass Al Hamwi on the interior, then they do get good open looks close to the basket. The press continues. 91-55. And that's a nice pass and finish. And that's the spirit that Coach Matic will want. And the attempt, moving without the ball, perfect pass. And Adribi finishes. And that was Kalal Corey. Nice job there by the 20-year-old. Just getting behind the defence. Rusbach, their first mistake. Following on for his 2 threes. He got caught ball watching. And they knocked the 3 down. They've just got to play with confidence for the last 5 minutes. As New Zealand push the ball up the floor. And there's a whistle. New Zealand just passing, a little bit of weave action, alley-oop attempt and made by Towie Smith-Milner. He was falling over and ended up out of bounds, but he made the shot. New Zealand have been averaging 96.5 points a game. They're going to bypass that tonight or surpass it. Sheikh Ali goes inside, nice finish. Again, that was a quick move. Just catch, make a quick decision, and that's a quick move as well by the Tall Blacks. As Al-Shawaka with the foul. And Towie Smith-Milner. So many fresh legs on this team. But they're going to be tested. Long journey here via Qatar for this game. And then they have potentially a 36-hour journey to get back to New Zealand, but they don't play again till Monday. And again, Smith-Milner, he's 100% from the free throw line this game. And Ajabi still trying his best to fend off the Tall Blacks. Ajabi. Penetrate kick, quick jump shot, nice job. Drew the defense, kicked it out. And Ashawaka with the 2. So it's better by Syria. They've just got to keep going. Make it as difficult as possible for New Zealand. And a big time dunk put back by Finn Delaney. This is my house. Are you watching? Yes, we are, Finn. That's a great move. Syria just couldn't keep him off, especially with Al Hamwi off the court. But that's a good rebound there. Offensive rebound by, again, number 19. Al-Shawaka. Got to keep working. Syria guys are playing for minutes in their next game against Korea. Jab always closely defended. He's putting up such tough shots. And here comes the Tall Blacks again. 3-on-2 momentarily. Rusbach, Delaney, wide open in the corner. And the shot's up, and he's 3 from 3. Ethan Rusbach. What a good weapon to have coming off the bench at number 12. 8 points. Al-Jabi goes left, still going. Just hasn't quite got the size at 6'3". against some of these Tall Blacks. Nice strong move by Corey, but he just can't finish. Well, they get the offensive rebound. Pass inside Corey again. And the shot clock, as he was swarmed and swamped by the Tall Blacks defense. Time run out. And Hariri comes in as Adribi goes out. Shots up, and a big dunk again off the offensive rebound. This time it's Smith-Milner. Rusbatch with the long distance shot, and no one is boxing out. Without Al Hamwi, the Syrians just haven't got the size and strength to keep these bigger Tall Blacks off the backboard, and they get the offensive rebound. Corey trying to find Ashawaka. Sideline possession for the Tall Blacks, just under 90 seconds remaining. And an unimpeded layup for Gerard Kenny. He's up to 5 points. And the ball gets knocked loose, and Corey looking despondent as another dunk from Delaney just pushes it through. Just the first time, really, that physically the Syrians just dropped their heads. Sheikh Ali. Corey. Inside. Nice finish. Again, Corey looking inside. And Sheikh Ali made a nice move off the pass initially. And Rusbatch came over, but he maybe got an elbow in the bottom of the Syrian elbow in the top of his head there. Again, they're sharing the ball. Prooster wide open, just short. And maybe they're going to run it down. There's only a couple of seconds differential between the game and shot clock. See what else New Zealand can get offensively as Prooster just goes in for an easy reverse layup from with his right hand from the left-hand side. And as the time runs out for Syria, and on Syria this time, they keep going right to the end. Hariri with an offensive rebound, but the coaches from Syria and Australia, Coach Matic and Air,
Over with the score of
they
107
congratulate each other.
66 Syria. Thank you for being with us today.
And that is the final score. 107 to New Zealand, 66 to Syria. So a really professional performance by New Zealand, and Syria in the circumstances that they find themselves in, they gave it their absolute all. Bit of blood there on the vest of Rusbatch. I think he got a elbow in the face there. It's tough. International basketball is tough, but I'm sure he'll wipe down his wounds. He will want to be part of the team back in New Zealand as they take on Lebanon on Monday evening. So they are happy. The Tall Blacks have won convincingly here. And let's look at some of the game stats. Free throws 72% as a team and 50% from three, 56% from two. That's a clinic of stats. 48 rebounds, 32 to Syria. 6 above their average, New Zealand. 15 turnovers in the end for New Zealand, but Syria with 21 turnovers. I'm just looking at the individual stats. 3 steals for Hawkins, 2 blocks for El Hamwi. We expect that. Corey with 3 turnovers, but there was a lot of turnovers for the Syrians. And there's the top scorers: Ali Ajabi, Hawkins for Syria, and Gatai, Fotu and Ili, all on 16 points, sharing the scoring, sharing the ball. That's Coach Air. Multiple assist champion would want. So that's what the group looks like now after this game. New Zealand 13 points, 6-1, and Syria dropped to 2-5. And China, Lebanon to come on this court later on this evening. So it's been a really professional performance by New Zealand. Apart from the blood on Rasbach's vest, they got no injuries. They really impressed. Syria tried their absolute hardest. There's good performances as we were expecting, and spirited performances from Ajabi, of course, from El Hamwi. Hawkins just couldn't get going. But it was just an all-round excellent team effort from the Tall Blacks. And we will leave you with the highlights of this one. New Zealand with an emphatic performance in Lebanon. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time here on the World Cup qualifying station.